Hello and welcome. My name is Elisa Di Napoli and I am a holistic clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner and coach. And today I want to talk about the keys to a healthy relationship, especially in times of stress. This is video number two of a series on how to manage in times of stress with regards to relationships. And today I want to talk about how to turn your relationship around. So I'll be talking about 7 keys to a healthy relationship. I will talk about how to turn your unhappy relationships around. And also at the end of this broadcast, I'll give you a free download that will help you to create a better relationship. So stick around until the end for the link to that. Now, in times such as we are going through at the moment, so during the coronavirus outbreak, we are experiencing some changes in the way we live, our everyday life. And our relationships are hugely important to us, especially at a time when they're being placed under quite a lot of stress and pressure. And the thing is that relationships are not built on an expectation that you will be spending every single day, every day, at all times with that one person or people. And if you're working from home as well, with nowhere to go in the evenings, this can lead to more friction than you used to. And perhaps this is happening to you already. Now, this is perfectly normal under these circumstances, given the huge amount of stress that we are under right now. And since we are going to possibly be in this predicament for quite a while, it's worth taking some steps, I think, to ensure we get through this period and with our relationships intact as much as possible. Maybe we could even get to the other side with our relationships stronger if we decide to really work on them. Unless, of course, we've decided we don't want anything to do with a partner anymore, but I hope that's not the case for you. So if you're struggling with your relationship, I urge you to leave a comment. Let us know what is the most challenging thing for you, what you're experiencing as the most challenging issue that you're going through, that you're having with your partner. And let us go into these 7 key points that I have for you today. So number 1 is around the idea of differences. Because a lot of the time we are attracted to people that are different from us. And at the beginning of the relationship, it's easy to appreciate the differences. But as time goes on, those very differences can be a source of friction. And so I would invite you to actually make a list of the positive differences between you. This can help you to appreciate each other again, like you used to when you first got together, so that you're really interested in your partner and their special qualities and the ways in which they're different from you, because well, after all, 2 people with different strengths make a better team, right? The second point is about criticism, is about really avoiding criticisms and put-downs. And I explain why in my first video called Why Relationships Break Down. So if you haven't seen that, you can go and see that on my page. So loads of relationships are spoiled by negative, repetitive behavior such as nagging or criticism. And then a pattern usually begins to form so that as soon as one person does or says something, the other responds in a negative, habitual way, right? One of the things you can do to stop this is to actually try saying something out of context, something the other partner doesn't expect at all. So when niggles arise between you and one is trying or one is trying to control the other, perhaps it could be an idea to say something funny or something silly, so that your partner is taken aback. You can break the state and it will throw them. Maybe they might even laugh. And most importantly, it will change that habit of communication between you, and you'll be able to see the matter in a lighter perspective. The other thing is to have cuddle time, to enjoy physical closeness without any further expectation. This doesn't mean that you can't go on to have sex if you want, but sex is not part of the contract. It's just a cuddle, and there's no expectation on anything else happening. So it's about enjoying the closeness and releasing the oxytocin that will be released when you're close together for at least 20 seconds. But I would say try to be together for more than 20 seconds if you can. And really enjoy that physical closeness without talking about anything or doing anything else. The next key to a healthy relationship is to encourage your partner's dreams and aspirations. And so you're encouraging them to fulfill their desires and allow them to be who they are. Allow them to grow as a person, because when you first meet a person, they might have different dreams. These dreams may change. And the idea is that at the beginning it's easy to just allow your partner to be themselves, but then we start having expectations, and it's good to actually stop for a moment and think, I want to be free so that I can thrive and have this relationship as a platform to do the things that I want to achieve in my life. And I want to do that for my partner as well. Because when you're both free, then you're both happy, right? The next thing is, if you need to discuss. But discussion is different from arguing, right? So many irritation in relationships happen when one person thinks that the other person should be doing or saying or seeing things in their way. But the thing is, we're all different, and we see the world from different eyes. We have different perspectives. So you can easily stand up for yourself by working on the way that you approach conversations. So, for example, you could say something like, we're both right and we're both wrong. We just see things differently because we are different people. And see, this opens up the dialogue. And once again, if an irritating comment appears from your partner, just try to turn it into humor, so that you can see the situation perhaps like a cartoon of which you are a character, and that makes it funny, right? At the same time, it's important to take your partner seriously and learn to listen. And this is about making a conscious effort to really listen to what your partner has to say. So you're not just talking or waiting for your turn to respond, because your partner will know that that's what's happening, right? So what you want to do is listen attentively to what they have to say and let them know that you are listening by reflecting back what you notice in what you think that they are saying. So you can say something like, okay, so when you say this, what I'm hearing is blah, blah, blah. Is that correct? And then the partner can say yes or no. And if it's not correct, then what is it? Can you please explain it to me again? And you go back and forth until you're both on the same page, right? The other thing as well is to take control of your own happiness. So you are taking responsibility for your happiness. You're not expecting your partner to fulfill all of your wishes and needs, because that's impossible. No one can be everything for anyone, right? And actually, if you can express your needs and then try to meet them yourself, and the ones that cannot be met, by yourself, you can ask, are you willing to do such and such? It would be really nice. I would like this because I need such and such. Would you be willing to do that for me? And, the partner may say yes or may say no, but the important thing is that you don't get upset if the partner says no, right? You need to let go of the outcome. And, you can ask reasons, but you're not trying to push them to give you what they want. Then you can make a decision on what you're going to do with that. And when there's times of stress, especially, there's some things also you can do to lower that level of pressure on your relationship. So one of the things you can do, especially during these times of extreme stress, is to monitor your stress level. And I would suggest that you do that 3 times a day. You could do that in the morning when you wake up, at lunchtime, and in the night. And so check your stress levels. And these could be anxiety, irritability, fatigue, anger, depression, even despair, even passivity or impulsivity, right? And check your hopefulness as well. So you could ask yourself, okay, how anxious am I feeling today? 0 to 10. How hopeful am I feeling? 0 to 10. And then share what you're feeling with your partner. Do these check-ins together. So you're acknowledging that your internal levels help you to turn these feelings, not turn these feelings on one another, and it actually helps you regulate from the inside. So you're compassionate towards yourself and the other person, right? Also understand that we all have different ways of coping. Different coping mechanisms, different ways of processing our experiences. So under acute stress, some people become highly logical, some people become highly emotional, and you can actually use these differences to balance your perspectives instead of exacerbating the tension. But sometimes tension will escalate anyway, and when that happens, it can be useful to use a code word or a code gesture that says basically, time out, I can't engage right now. For example, my gesture or code word is this, and it's time out. And if any of us does that, it means can't engage, right? So the important thing about this is that the person that comes up with the gesture, that, uses the word, is responsible for opening the lines of communication again, so that basically the other partner doesn't have to worry that they're dealing with endless silence. And when everything is instead going well and smoothly, one of the things that can help to keep it going smoothly is to try and express appreciation, not just for what your partner does, but for who they are. So, for example, thank you for doing the dishes. Great. But thank you for being so thoughtful. It's even better. And when instead you have reason for complaint, say your partner didn't do the dishes and they said they would, or they didn't do something that you would like them to do, instead of criticizing them, much better to just ask them. Ask for what you want. Tell them exactly what you need, rather than having them guess or expect them to guess, or dump a litany of complaints on them that are going to just be met with defensiveness, right? So just say, I'd like the house to be clean, because when the house is clean, I feel safer, or I feel more calm. And I have cleaned the bathroom this week. Would you be willing to clean the lounge? When do you think you might be able to do that? You actually ask the person for what you need and whether they can meet that need. And if you get stuck, finally, I would say don't be afraid to reach out. reaching out to someone else outside the couple, because sometimes in couples we can go around and round and round in circles, can't we? So it's good to either reach out to a therapist or maybe reach out to a friend, because, you know, we are often smarter with other people's problems than we are with our own problems. I can say that for myself, for sure. And finally, I want to give you something really practical today that you can do. And as you know, I'm a hypnotherapist, and hypnosis can change thinking patterns, as you may already know. It can change behaviors, it can change outcomes. So relationship hypnosis is about changing the relationship you have with your partner. It can help you deal with negative emotions, for example, or improve communications, even recapture the feelings of love and romance that you felt at the beginning, and build stronger, positive relationships of the future. And so I would say, remember that you actually are in control. You are in control of at least 50% of the situation. You can shift the dynamics of your relationship, starting with yourself. And so to help you further in this process, you can download a complimentary hypnosis recording that I have made for you. And here is the link to it, I think. Oops, not that one. That one, that's the link. So I hope you enjoyed today. Leave us a comment and see you on the next Facebook Live. I usually do these on 1 p.m. Weekly, and now I'm doing them more. But check out my page, Hypnotic Healing, and follow me so that you get notified. Okay, have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.